to day 8. We're going to continue to build the practice. So we started with some breath work. We're paying attention to the breath, and then we're going to move into a twist, and then from a twist, we're going to move into cat, cow, and then we're going to add something else. Okay, so listen to your body, listen to your breath, move in a way that's appropriate for you. Okay, so make this your own practice, own your practice. If you need to rest, you rest. If you feel like maybe you want to do more after this session is done, then do more. You're already on your mat. Okay, so let's begin. We're going to start by lying on our back. So come on back and start to settle yourself in. You could keep the legs up as I have them shown here, or maybe they come out in front. Classic pose for Shavasana. I would suggest arms are alongside the body, shoulders low, shoulder blades tucked under, and lengthen the back of your neck. And then just allow yourself to rest. Notice on each exhalation this opportunity to maybe release the weight of the head to the floor. Got a hairpin kind of in the wrong spot. So you relax the weight of the head. The back shoulders rest. Relax the palms of the hands. Find these front ribs and let them drop into the body towards back ribs so the whole rib cage rests. Maybe the feet fall away from each other a little bit more. And you're just really restful. Turning your attention inward and watching the breath move in and out of the body with a gentle, kind attention. Each time your mind wanders away, thinking of something else, you're not going to be cross with yourself. You're just going to say, oh, my mind's wandered. And you come back. This is where I want to place my attention on my body being breathed. I'm going to move out of the way of it, and I'm going to watch as my inhalation comes into the body, and my exhalation moves out of the body. And just allow your face to be soft. Relaxing base of the skull, shoulders, rib cage, pelvic structure, upper limbs, lower limbs. You don't need to do anything special with the breath, you're just watching the breath that's there. Coming into the practice with a little more awareness. Steadying your mind if you can. Coming back and back and back. And then decide to take a deliberate breath, the one where you are the doer of the breath. You could expand your belly and the sides of your ribs and your upper chest. And then we're just going to allow the exhalation to rebound out. So it's almost like stretching an elastic on the inhalation, really expansive. And then your exhalation, you can just let it out. So it would look something like this. Inhaling. I'm going to do 2 more breaths like that. And this one I'm going to do with stretched arms. And then I'm going to take my knees in and maybe rock a little side to side. And I'm going to move into my twist here. So I'm going to take one leg and stretch it out. And the other leg is going to come to rest on the thigh or wherever it reaches. I'm going to take my arms out to the side and take a full breath in. And when exhale, I'm going to roll to the outer surface of that stretched out leg. And I could stay in the back of my head as I am here, or I could turn and have a look out over the opposite hand. But I'm going to inhale and breathe into the shape. I'm going to exhale and find a bit of depth. I'll inhale and I'll breathe into the shape. And then exhale, maybe I find a bit more of the twist. And then I'm gonna come right back to the center. I'm gonna stretch that leg out. And I'm gonna take the other one up. So full breath in. I'm gonna exhale and roll to the outer hip and to the pinky toe side of that extended leg. I'm on the back of my head. I might stay here, or maybe I turn. Hello, have a look. And over this left hand. And I'm gonna breathe this shape, so I expand it. I exhale and I see if there's some space to move and find a bit of depth. So I'll do 2 more breaths like that. And maybe 1 more. And then I'm gonna come right back to the center and I'll stretch that leg out. And I'll take both knees in. I'm gonna draw my forehead up towards my knees. I'm gonna take a full breath here. I'm gonna exhale and I'm gonna roll this up to a seated position. If that's not suitable for you, you need to come up by coming to one side first and then coming up to a seated position, and you work like that. So, then we're gonna come into tabletop. So we're gonna notice there that the wrists are slightly ahead of the shoulders, knees are slightly behind the hips. I'm gonna push the floor away with both hands, push the floor away with the tops of both feet. I'm gonna pull myself long. And then I'm gonna exhale and tuck the tail, I'm gonna tuck the chin, I'm gonna gaze back between my thighs. I'm gonna inhale and come towards a neutral pelvis and rib cage, and then I lift the tail, drop the front lower ribs, tug those hands towards my knees, maybe gaze up towards my eyebrows as I lift the head. And then exhale and I move into the back body. And I inhale and I explore the front of my body. Do another one here. And we'll come into the front of the body. And then we'll come right back into tabletop. This might be your new pose, is that you're gonna work in tabletop. You're gonna find your breath here. You're gonna explore the balance between the weight in the hands, weight in the tops of the feet. You notice that the bum isn't up. You're also not sort of tucked under. You're not pitching forward in the hands. You're not reaching back and coming sort of halfway between tabletop and cat stretch. See what you can do to push the floor away. Maybe you decide to lift a leg and explore like that. Maybe you decide to lift another leg and explore like that. So that could be your new pose, right? But if you want to come into a downward dog, if you're working this way, you don't have any injuries that you're trying to work with, like wrists or shoulders that might prevent you coming into downward dog. We're going to come in a slow way. We'll take a full breath. I'm going to exhale. I'm just going to lift my knees up off the floor. I'm going to push into my hands. I'm going to get long from my hands on the floor to my hips. And then I'm going to take another breath here. I'm going to exhale. I'm going to allow my crown to come down towards the floor. Can you see this movement? And then I'm going to engage the legs and spread the fingers and spread the toes. So sometimes when people engage legs, what might happen is they round up the back. So notice what you can do to straighten the legs. And if straightening them means you need to rock forward in the shoulders, maybe you work your downward dog half and half. This is one half of downward dog, your knees are bent, and then maybe you come forward in the shoulders, and then you get that length from sit bones to heels. So see what works. In downward dog, you can work in a similar way as you do in tabletop. You might just explore where is the weight between the hands and the feet. Where is the weight, left side of the body, or right side of the body? Do you want to explore lifting one leg? Do you want to explore lifting the other leg? What about exploring just the level of the hip? Maybe one leg lifts up and you keep that standing like me, still looking in the direction of the foot. You keep that sideways long, but you're lifting the other hip up. Maybe you do the same the other side. You just explore. Let's come on down here. Maybe you can come into into a child's pose and rest. And then we're going to come on up. Okay, that's today's practice. I'll see you in another 2 days. Have fun tomorrow with pushing kindness out into the world. Bye. I'm trying to say goodbye.